Queen Love here. Today we're doing a wig chat about Angelica by Noriko in the color Champagne R. Hi guys, I'm back. I have been away for 3 months and I apologize. I have had some health issues that I was really struggling with, and I am doing much better. I'm doing very well, and I'm ready to start doing my wig reviews again. I will be starting this week posting one wig review every Wednesday, so please be sure to check those out. Okay guys, just to let you know, this Angelica is not straight out of the box. I have worn her twice for just a couple of hours, so this isn't straight out of the box, but I still think she looks like she's straight out of the box. But she has been worn probably 3 hours max, and she has been combed, and when I show you the cap, you will see a little bit of glue in the cap. Okay, let's talk about the details of Angelica. Angelica is a long, straight wigs with layering throughout, and it falls about mid-back. Angelica has a traditional cap construction, just the basic standard cap, but they also make and sell Angelica with a partial monofilament cap. I haven't tried that one yet. I do really want to try it because I do have one thing that I don't love about Angelica, and I think that would probably be solved with the monofilament cap. This part here around the band, to me, is sometimes more noticeable than I like. It's not awful, but like I like to pin it back like this, but sometimes I feel like when I do that, you can really see that band. So I do want to try Angelica with a monofilament cap, and if I do, or when I do, I will try to remember to let you guys know how the monofilament cap is compared to the cap with the traditional standard construction. It also comes in size average and in size large, and like I mentioned earlier, this is a size large. I got this one on clearance. I think it was the last one left, and I got a really good price on it. And I like that I got it because one thing about Noriko wigs is they tend to run, the average size caps tend to run a smidge smaller than most other brands, in my opinion. So I'm glad I got to try on the large and compare it to the average size, because I do feel like the large is more comfortable on me. Angelica parts just a smidge towards the left. It's not quite in the center, but it's not very far to the left. It's only a little bit to the left. Like I mentioned before, this cap is a large cap, and it adds approximately 1.5 inches to the overall size. And I do think it is much more comfortable than the average size cap on me. So the large sizes do tend to run a little bit more expensive, but it's not a lot. So it may be worth it to you to try out, to pay just a little bit more and get that large cap to see if your Noriko wigs will be more comfortable. The fibers are the synthetic ready-to-wear fibers. And again, one of the reasons why I like Noriko wigs so much is I really feel like their synthetic fibers last a good long time. I can wear my Noriko wigs longer than I can wear any other wig that I've tried so far. And I haven't tried a ton, but I've tried quite a few. So in my opinion, they do a really nice job making their synthetic fibers long wearing. Okay, let's talk about Angelica's density. So as I mentioned earlier, Angelica or Noriko wigs do tend to have a little bit more permatease than other brands, and I can feel permatease in here. It feels very billowy to me here at the crown, and that's where I feel like they tend to put a lot of their permatease. And there's some up here on top, but not as much as what is at the crown. So on the range, or as far as the density goes, I consider, in my opinion, I consider Angelica to have a medium density, which means it's 150%. I think it's the perfect amount. I don't like really big wigs on me. I like wigs that don't have a ton of volume and that look more natural in their volume. And I think even though it has a medium density and there's permatease in it, it's not super thick. It really isn't. It's not a wig that has a ton of fibers. I feel like it has just the right amount to look natural and to look really great. The weight of Angelica is 6.5 ounces, and I think that for a long wig, that is a really nice weight. I definitely have had heavier wigs and even heavier wigs that are shorter. So I do think that the weight doesn't bother me at all. It doesn't feel super heavy, especially for being a longer wig. So let's talk about whether it's hot or cool. So I live in Virginia. We're in the last month of the main heat that we get here, and you'll probably not find me say that any wig is cool, just because it's the summertime, and to me that's the most miserable time to wear wigs. I don't think Angelica is a hot wig, especially for a long wig. I think she's pretty standard. I feel like she's pretty standard in how she feels as far as the temperature goes. You know, most wigs with permatease, higher density, and have a longer length are going to be hotter. But I think Noriko has done a really good job of making Angelica with all of those features, but not making her too heavy and not making her too hot. And again, I think it's because of the amount of fibers that they use. They didn't overdo it with the amount of hair. Okay, let's talk about Angelica's cap. So, as you can see, I do have some glue on it. I have worn Angelica about 2 times, probably a total of 3 hours. One thing I would mention is that I glue my wigs. I use Got to Be Glued, and I usually put a lot of glue on. I put the gel on and then put the spray glue on after that. And I usually struggle with getting them off at night. I have to really work at getting them off. But they're more comfortable to me when they're really nice and secured. So that's why I use glue. But what I found with Angelica is I'm having a hard time really getting her to adhere, and I don't know if it's because of the cap, but the first time I wore her, I put the same amount of wig glue that I put on any wigs, except my monofilament tops. I do not put glue on my monofilament tops because it gets in the fibers. But the first time I came home after wearing her, I was able to pull her right off. She didn't have any adhesive at all. And it might have been because I sweated a little bit, but I didn't feel like I sweated more than what I normally do in other wigs, and I don't have that problem. So I just wanted to mention that. I think it's probably having a hard time sticking to this cap for some reason. So it is a standard cap with wefting, as you can see. If you look at the top, this is the crown area here. This is where you're going to find most of the permatease. There's also some permatease here, but not as much as is in the crown. And you will see some of those kind of crinkled fibers on the sides as well, but they're not much at all. They're not crimped much at all, so not a ton of permatease on that side. It has the standard ear tabs. They are not covered with velour or anything. They're made of the same, pretty much the same material that the top is made with. It does have metal stays in it, so that you can cinch them in some. I do find that they hit my ears perfectly. I think I'm 13.5 inches from ear to ear, and the tabs come to right above my ears. They're not uncomfortable at all. It does not have extended nape. I do usually like extended napes, but I think because of the length of Angelica, the nape part doesn't bother me at all. It also has the bra-like adjusters that you can use to tighten or extend. And what else do I need to let you know? And then again, it has that standard construction here. And this would be one of my only complaints, is I wish you didn't see the band quite as much as I feel like it shows. And I'm really looking forward to trying the one with the monofilament top, because I feel like that will take care of this. And overall, I just, again, she's one of my favorite wigs. I just love this piece. I really do. All right, let's talk about the color next. Okay, let's talk about this color, Champagne R. So I was able to go outside and record in the sunlight so that you can see what it looks like in natural light. It's about 4 o'clock here where I am, so just to give you the time of day and help you see what kind of sunlight would be here around 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Here is that video. Okay, Champagne R. The R stands for rooted. This is my favorite Noriko blonde color, so I love this color. It's like close to a platinum blonde in my opinion. It has a medium brown root, which I do really like. It matches my eyebrows really well. And then it has a platinum blonde base with just a few highlights of gold, light golden platinum. Let me get up close so you can see it. I love platinum blondes. They're my favorite. Platinum blondes and some reds are my favorite when it comes to color, but honestly I really like a lot of colors. Just those two I tend to be drawn to a little bit more. Okay, for face shapes, I think Angelica would look really great with diamond, heart, oblong, oval, and round faces. Okay, let's talk about styling. You guys know I am not great at styling, so I don't style a lot of my wigs. I would rather just put it on and go. That's why I prefer synthetic wigs over human hair wigs, because I don't want to have to style it. I had such awful hair in my life. Most of my life it was not something that I learned how to do, and I'm not great at it. But because I feel like this band shows so much, I have found that I have a tendency not to wear the clip the bangs back, because I feel like it makes that band a little bit more noticeable. I'm still playing with it to figure out how I can pin them back and not feel insecure about how that band looks. Given that, I don't think you can really pull back Angelica from like this, but I have seen videos where people showed how they braided Angelica and it looked really beautiful. And you could definitely, because it's layered and these bangs are like this, you could also wear it clipped back like this. So I think you could pretty much do anything to the back that you wanted. Remember, these are not heat-friendly fibers, so they will not stand any heat. But you could definitely put braids or do a do-up. You could even maybe do half a do-up like this. I think she does lend to doing that because of the layers that she has. So, okay guys, that wraps up my video on Angelica. I just wanted to point out again, she's one of my favorite wigs. The main reason is because I do really like how she looks on me. I love long wigs. I really love this color, and I really loved Macadamia LR also. I feel like as far as wigs go, Noriko synthetic fibers last a really nice long time. They don't wear down quite as quickly. And I do like this large cap better. I do feel like the large cap works much better. So next week I'm going to be doing a review on this piece. This is actually a half wig that I also got on clearance. It is by Renee of Paris. It is Sydney, and the color is Sugar Cookie. And I'm just going to show you guys how I wear a half wig and band it and everything. So that's what we'll be talking about next week. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching my wig review. I really appreciate it, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one.